You tell us getting winter, can't you? I'm sat here in my hoodie.
It's a fine incense hoodie.
It's a very fine, the finest incense hoodie.
Sat on a t-shirt in the shed.
The rest of us have a thing called heating.
It's not really cold, but yeah.
You're a hoodie among t-shirts.
Boys, okay, we've upset Hanny already.
No!
Come back, Hanny! Oh, there it is, the panpipe.
It works.
Milo, you love your panpipe, don't you?
Can't beat a bit of pipe.
That's true.
Plumber's pipe.
Or you can beat it extremely well.
Plumber's pipe.
Boss side, Paul, welcome in.
Welcome in. We were supposed to have a guest, but they've gone.
Tonight on episode 243, Milo finally got back from Valencia. Ian finally got back from the dam. And I navigated across the garden quite safely because I'm still at home. But welcome.
I was half expecting you to say you got back from the tip.
Back from the tip. Don't get me started. Talk about my boiler packing in at the weekend. But yes, welcome back to Incense Podcast. Listen, before we say anything else, guys, please drop your incense. Or guys and girls, please drop your incenses.
Slap on the incense, boys. It's time to go.
And we've got something fun for you on this show, haven't we, Milo?
Ooh la la, yes we do.
Ooh la la. I didn't say France, did I? I thought I said Holland and, Netherlands and Spain. Si, senor. What anticipation, Ian. Do you like this? He's really keeping us waiting, isn't he, Milo?
I didn't realise you actually finished with the intro. Mark is not messing about tonight. It's straight over.
Sorry. For our visual listeners who don't have the beauty of this on an audio format, that is what it says on the show notes. But Milo did allude that he only read them about a minute before we started tonight. So
usually there's a little bit more spiel and everything in before that. But
we did say keep it. Come on, Milo. Jesus,
look,
read it.
You'll get an understanding later on in the show why I might be slightly all over the place. But it gives us enormous pleasure here on the Incensed Podcast to welcome in a fresh guest to the show. This chap has become very much the face of Pokemon Go for Germany. We've met him at countless events this year, and he's an all-round good guy at one with the community, and was in Amsterdam with the Waterfall as well. Very much being photographed all the time and seeing people and signing.
He was also in London just a day or two before.
I did see us.
Scotland.
Amsterdam.
My man was here. I didn't know until too late.
And Scotland.
Yeah, let's not beat about the bush. It gives us enormous pleasure to welcome the one and only HanniMew to Incensed Podcast. Ooh. Welcome in, matey. How are you doing today?
Hello, guys. Thank you so much for having me. I'm doing pretty good. Still a bit exhausted from my long UK trip and ending with Amsterdam. So we actually traveled for 11 days, and that's a long trip. Yeah, it was planned like 50% vacation, 50% work, and it was more like 100% work. But
it always is.
So, I'm a bit exhausted, but had an amazing stream today as well, and just ready to have a nice podcast and a cozy evening.
Hopefully this is more relaxing for you. You can just zen a little bit. We're definitely going to be chatting about your travels.
100%, because we saw some of the reels and it looks
amazing, Hanny. And did you hear that, Milo? He's tired because he's been working for 11 days. Remember that, working for 11 days?
Milo works, Mark. He works for a couple of hours a day.
I know. Sorry. No. Hanny, you'll pick up our humour as we go on. We love Milo and I love Ian. We love each other. Milo says, I'm cutting you off, Mark. Bye-bye.
I don't know what's going to get cut out of this.
But Hanny, before we jump into the show, you're obviously going to have some of your German listening fans listening to you on the show. And granted, this is an English-speaking podcast, but say hi to your fans in German for everybody listening.
Hello, guys. Schön, euch zu sehen. Ich hoffe, es geht euch gut. Und wir starten jetzt aber heute mal in Englisch, nicht in Deutsch.
Perfect. And yes, he's just basically saying he's going to be speaking in English, not German. But it is time, as Mark said, to drop your incense.
Oi, you sleepy sailors, it's time to drop your incense.
That is right. And if you get anything decent whilst listening to the show, or let's be honest, if you got anything decent in the last week or so, then post it on any of the socials that we're on. Instagram, X, Threads, Blue Sky, @ing Incense Podcast, but also using the hashtag Shinies of the Week.
Could you clarify the spelling?
Sure can. That is hashtag SHINIESOFTHEWEEK. And some of the shinies that were tagged last week, Hanny will be talking about later in the show. But socials are not the only way you can contact the Incense Podcast. We actually do have more traditional ways in the form of an email address, contact@incensepodcast.com. And if you want your beautiful voice heard on the show, a WhatsApp voice message, send it to us using the number +44 759 269 5696. And welcome, trainers. I said that a few months ago. We will play it in an upcoming show. But with all that said and done, Mark, it is time to...
Oh, there's a reason we don't use that often. It's because it's awful.
It's the best jingle ever.
It's not because we don't like to have guests on the show. It's just, it hurts everyone's eardrums. Fat.
On a side note, we've actually got somebody in the chat called Maximus Meridio, which is Francesco, our Italian connection. Greetings from Rome.
Oh, is he in, is he? Oh, brilliant. Good to have you, Francesco. Good to have you. But yes, it is that part of the show that we do enjoy when we get a chance to do it is of course grilling the guest. This is where we play the jingle twice and
maybe 3 times if we say grill the guest again.
You did say grill the guest again, Ian.
Yes, Mark, I said grill the guest.
You snuck that in, I like that. We did get 5 in, but only 4 jingles. We can work
Milo
with...
missed the last. No, delayed.
Damn you. Well, yes, we're going to ask you, Hanny. This is for our listeners to get to know you better. Also for your listeners that listen to you anyway. They might find out a little bit more about you in this part of the show. We're going to ask you a couple of questions each. Could be about anything, really. Yeah, this is where you can just answer it honestly or tell us to mind our own business. It's totally up to you.
I'm ready.
So, Hanny, I'm going to kick things off because, one, it means that I can beat the other boys to any questions and it can't be repeated. And it's probably a good starting point. But, Hanny, how did you get into the Pokemon creative space? And what is it that sort of made you want to start that journey?
So I started my content creation journey overall like when I was maybe 12 or 11, so I'm a little young, and YouTube was already a thing when I was a kid, and I was looking up to like the big YouTubers, the big German YouTubers doing like all Minecraft videos or vlogs, and that was so inspiring, and I always just wanted to do videos or content. And when live streaming became a thing and more people started live streaming, that always was a thought of mine, just starting with that, because you can just have such nice interactions with your chat, and you don't have to upload a video and hope for some people to see it. You actually get like an instant response. So I started live streaming like a little bit more than 5 years ago, and what I'm a little bit proud of, I streamed 3 times a week for the last 5 years.
Consistent.
And I never stopped. I never did a break. Yeah, started with my like cute 4 to 5 average viewers, what was actually not too bad, looking besides other creators that just started streaming. And we did everything, like really a variety with story games or just chatting. But at some point I found out, okay, if you are not the best at a game or you are not the funniest of them all, you probably need to find a niche and just settle into that and build a community around a topic. So I found Pokemon. It was something from my childhood, and I kind of rediscovered it with the Sword and Shield release from the Nintendo Switch. And I loved the idea of shinies, because it was just like we all love shinies. They're so amazing.
Yeah, we do.
And then I started like shiny hunting streams, like the hardcore shiny hunts on the Nintendo Switch, the Nintendo DS, or like lower consoles with like really hard to hit odds. we did like 3 months for one shiny Kangaskhan. It was a fun time, and it was more like just chatting, and people really got to know me through that, because like the shiny hunting thing was pretty boring to watch, but it was the interaction with the chat and the just chatting thing. After being outside a few days with Pokemon Go and rediscovering Pokemon Go, since I downloaded it 2017, stopped playing like many others, I thought, wait, this is amazing. You get shinies a little bit easier.
Yeah.
You actually go outside and don't sit like for an 8-hour stream in your room, and you really get to meet people. And that was the start of my YouTube journey. So I decided, okay, let's give this a try. Let's try to do like a vlog. Like I love them in my childhood, from my favorite YouTubers walking around with those little digi cameras that had like the flip up thing, if you remember. Like every YouTuber had that. And like the similar thing in my time was like the DJI Pocket 2, I think. Yeah, the 2 with like a really small screen and like the gimbal camera. I loved that thing, and it was so much fun. And I just walked around, played Pokemon Go, probably a bit low quality, but I had like my creative mind working with that, and just try to put in and like make a big difference to other Pokemon Go YouTubers that maybe just were inside and just talking about news and updates, because I loved like the idea of really taking the viewers on your journeys or adventures outside. And yeah, that took a while to take off. I had like 200 to 300 views on every video for 2 years, and the first 1,000 subscribers took super long, but it was a big goal to hit. And now I'm doing YouTube for like about 3 years, maybe a little bit less. Still did my live streams, and then what really made a big difference on Twitch for me was building an IRL streaming setup. This was months of work because I had no idea. Nobody told me what to do, and there are no tutorials, nothing to work with. Only doing an IRL stream is pretty easy, but if you want to include Pokemon Go, it makes it so much harder. I talked to so many people. We like try to figure it out. It took so long, and now after over a year of working on the setup, spending a lot of money, I'm at a point where I say, okay, this setup could be it, and I'm pretty happy with it, and I don't have any failures or internet problems, and it just works. And I don't, but it's kind of expensive because you have to pay a lot of stuff and server things, but it's really amazing how it turned out. So yeah, it's been a long journey on Twitch and YouTube as well. Just trying to upgrade the quality with every video, and still put in like a lot of creativity, and not only stay on just hype things like because I think the creative point is really important if you want to like build a relationship with your viewers. Yeah, like everyone cares about shandos or like the exciting raid days, but if you really try to show your viewers that you have like a creative side inside of you, or like some humor like you guys really do have, people like start not only liking Pokemon Go, so they maybe like you as well as a creator.
I think that's the thing, isn't it? That's a really good point there. I think that's what a lot of people say, actually. People aren't watching you the second or third or fourth time because of what you're doing. It's about you. And the more they stay with you for you at the end of the day. It's like we watch TV shows that we want to go back to, isn't it? Because we like the cast, we like the storyline, we like the experience, isn't it? Fair play to you, bud. I know what it's like recording on low quality stuff, and I'm still doing it to this very day.
Has to start somewhere. Everyone starts somewhere.
Start somewhere, Miley. Start somewhere. I started there 7 years ago.
Actually, since we started the podcast, you could be saying to me,
yeah,
I'm going to buy a new mic. I'm going to buy a new mic for your actual vlog setup.
I did, didn't I? Yeah.
And like 4 years later, like, I'm still not bought a new mic. But it is true. You've got to start somewhere. You really do. My question, Hanny, is as a German-speaking creator, I mean, the German-speaking market actually within Europe is actually pretty big. There's a big audience there. Because, I mean, looking at the views on your videos, you're getting some serious sort of traction on these videos. Have you found that you don't need to branch into English-speaking videos and are happy to stay with sort of native Deutsch? Or have you also found the sort of newer feature within YouTube of the auto dub? Have you found that's helped you as well?
All right, yes. So I thought about switching to English, not really on a serious base, because it's like my whole viewership is German, so that would be a tough decision to make.
Yeah, absolutely.
I have seen the YouTube thing. Just like last week, I went to UK. I downloaded a video like from an English YouTuber, and I wanted to watch it in the plane, and it only downloaded the German translation, and I couldn't watch that. It was horrible. Like really, I couldn't. Like, I think AI is going to get better, and it will probably be a really good feature. But yes, like I thought about it, because the German market is limited if you see it like that. But there's one really, really important thing. If you try to be the Ash Ketchum quote if you try to be in a smaller market, it's a little bit easier to get there. And I wouldn't say the English Pokemon Go market is oversaturated, but there are so many English-speaking creators and really amazing creators that I don't want to compete with. And I think like there's, of every type of content creator in the Pokemon Go market in English, there's quite enough. In the German market, there's like literally 3-4 people that I would say, yeah, they're doing amazing work and they really have potential to grow. So I think it's an amazing thing to be in the German market, because the few people we have, we can connect between each others and try to make everything bigger. It took me a while, but the German market is really big, like how you were saying it.
Yeah, so looking at the views,
we have so many players in Germany. Yeah. It just took a while until they found me. What really helped as well, I wouldn't say it like boosted me like crazy, but it made people, when they think of Pokemon Go Germany especially, they maybe would think of me. Like, I'm featured on the German Pokemon Go channels for Instagram, TikTok, and co, because I kind of co-work with them. That was like a amazing, in German you would say that was an amazing evolution. I just kept on grinding, like putting out videos, putting out live streams. And what I really did is, I said before, I did like variety content. I did Pokemon Go on the Nintendo Switch. Not Pokemon Go, I did like Pokemon games on the Nintendo Switch.
Main series stuff,
main series. Yeah. But I really stopped that and focused 100% on Pokemon Go, which really helped like get an audience, get people together, and really see me as a face for Pokemon Go Germany. What I'm trying to get a little bit back from now, because I want to do more than Pokemon Go, just everything Pokemon, and get a bigger main Pokemon creator in the German space, because, as I said, Pokemon Go market is kind of limited. It's really amazing. I love it, and I think I can grow into that like way more. But it's really important for me just to focus on both things, like doing Pokemon Go as my main source of income, and just try to do as much as main Pokemon content, because I love everything about Pokemon. I don't only love Pokemon Go, I love Pokemon TCG. I'm a big collector. I love plushies, I love merchandise, like the other events that are happening. Like, I love the main series games, even if I don't stream them. It's like a big goal of me to get to the Pokemon partner status as well, because besides being a Pokemon Go partner, which is amazing and truly an honor, I want to like expand in every single Pokemon the way that is possible for me, just to make sure that this could potentially be like a full-time job.
Ever wondered what a rhythm-based stealth game with dinosaurs might look like? Or a farming sim in space with zombies? Welcome to the Gaming Blender podcast. I'm Matt, and with my co-host Scott, we take a random game genre and random game mechanics, blend them all up, and pitch wild, totally hypothetical games you've never heard of, and maybe shouldn't. New episodes every other week. Hit play and unleash your inner game dev. No coding required. Search the Gaming Blender on your favourite podcast app now.
You got some real potential with Legends ZA. Literally like 2 weeks away.
Yes. Have you got a Switch or a Switch 2? I'm guessing you've
Not a Switch 2 yet, but thinking about it. I wanted to wait for a special edition, but they don't seem to bring one out. So.
They don't seem to be at the moment. No.
Hopefully soon. There might be something. I want to go back to stuff you were talking about earlier. Say you were inspired by old school German YouTubers and things like that. Who would you say would be your biggest influence? I mean, we may not have heard of them because obviously they're German speaking, but do you have some names and stuff that people they may have been watching them as well?
Yeah, right. I can give you an example for like the old school people I used to watch, and something like in the Pokemon GO space. First one is Ungespielt or Unge. He was back in between like 2012 to like 2020, somewhere there. He was like the biggest creator in Germany, and his content was starting off with everything Minecraft, going to vlogging a lot. They did a really, really popular format in German that was like they traveled from the highest point in Germany to the lowest with longboards, and it was like the 5 most popular German YouTubers, like the longboard tour it was called. Today it looks like a super simple thing and nothing too special in the YouTube market, but back then it was so special because in every corner they were going, thousands of fans were waiting. They really had like their issues traveling from like only with longboards. And that inspired me so much to do vlogs, and they were so entertaining to watch. He really did everything. He did like reaction content, gaming content, vlogs, everything.
Yeah. Okay.
And it was not always about what he did. It was just what he did, what like his personality. And that really stood out. So he was a big inspiration. And right now in the Pokemon GO market, I would say I really love Pokédex's stuff he does. I think he's just close to perfect as you can get with like putting out information videos so fast, like crazily fast, with like super high quality graphics and animations. That's something I really want. It's a point where I want to get to or level up, like working with graphic people that can do graphics for me, that I can work with, like just have folders of everything you need to do a video as fast as possible, to just put it out instantly. That's something you have to work on and like build a big library. And as well, like trainer tips, Nick is
definitely
my main inspiration when it comes to like creativity and like mixing traveling with Pokemon Go, because I love the way he just mixes that perfectly, and just it always comes back to his personality and to the things he experiences. And it's not all about like, oh, I got that Shando, I got that Hando, I got 100 shinies at this event. Because I think, yeah, that's a good eye catcher, that's a good thumbnail or anything. But as I said, in the end, if people look back and say, "Wow, that video was creative," you were really funny. So I think yes, these two are doing amazing work, as well as any other creators. Like there are so many, I couldn't name them all, but yeah, these are like main inspirations for my content.
Inspirations for us all.
Yeah, I would think so.
Yeah.
Just gets it, doesn't he? I think with Nick, I don't watch a Nick vlog because of Pokemon Go. I watch a Nick vlog for the stories telling. Storytelling has become the most important thing on vlogging now. And the art of storytelling is not easy, but his videos that he did in, I call it Chibati Island, over in when he went over there, wasn't Kiribati. It wasn't about Pokemon Go. I mean, it was fun to see what it was like out there, but it was more about the getting there and being there, showing what it was. and how he incorporated it. Very clever. Hanny, my second question isn't, imagine a world without Pokemon for a minute. What? What else excites you, Hanny? Have you got anything outside of the Pokemon space that maybe you've neglected it a bit because Pokemon, like with a lot of us, takes quite a bit of time? What else do you enjoy or have you enjoyed?
That's a good question, because like the past few months have been Pokemon, like everything. I did my education for my job to an educator, and that was like a decision I did a few years ago that took 4 years to graduate. And whilst that, I always worked as a content creator. It started off with like being more like a hobby, and then it got way more. And during like the last two, way more in the last year, it took over, and it was like having two jobs at the same time.
Yeah.
And
I think you told us about that earlier this year.
Yeah, right.
It was a lot of work, right? Yeah.
Yeah. So I'm a educator, but I'm not working as one right now. I graduated last year. It was a really hard year for me. I had like 40-hour week, like working. And besides that, I did like the full on content creator grind. That was kind of hard to pull
that's
off.
intense.
And yeah, right. And I had some struggles through that, but I kept doing it because I knew like it was worth it. And in that last year, it was like the time where everything went off, like my channels got bigger and I saw more support on anything I posted. And it was truly the motivation behind seeing people actually like being interested in what I do. And so I'm an educator, so that was a really fun time. And I don't know if I'm going back to this. It's a job that I graduated, so whenever I need it, I can come back to that. And I really loved the work with children. So it's not a job I hate. Maybe the last year was really hard with like 40-hour week, and as well I was like in a spot with coworkers that were not really friendly to me or not respecting my work, that put a little shade on everything. But it's always in my mind that I don't forget that I really love this job, and it was genuinely fun. I went back like 2 weeks ago to my old work, and because I had to get some stuff, and it truly reminded me, like seeing all the kids and that I worked with in the past year and seeing them grow up and seeing that I actually learned a lot of stuff through that year I was with them. Yes, I truly love to work with kids and to like really educate them. As well, I really love traveling. It really became a thing through Pokemon Go. I really discovered like that's like, don't let that hear my girlfriend. I really like traveling alone sometimes.
Sometimes that's the best way. Seriously,
that's kind of nice to explore a place being completely alone. Not in every situation, but I really liked it. But we did the UK trip together, and that was a lot of fun as well. So yeah, being with my girlfriend and having an amazing time in other countries and really exploring them places and learning about them. And that's what I'm trying to put into my content more and more, and just taking the people on adventures with me. As well, I have two cats, one laying just behind me.
There we go. One is with you. There we go.
I'm a huge cat lover, and so yeah, that's what's going on in my life. And I really do a lot of things besides content creation, as time is there for it. I do a lot of climbing, boulder climbing. My sister is better with the heights. I'm not that good with that, but I try to. And do a lot of like sports, just move around, because like Pokemon Go really made me love that. I was like, right now I'm shifting more to being like really full-time content creation, but I was a really hardcore Pokemon Go player. I did like 1,000 catches a day for months, without a day left like in between. So yeah, I do a lot of besides Pokemon Go, even if Pokemon Go is like a huge part of my life.
It's impressive. I barely do 1,000 a week.
Yeah, I was going to say I barely do 10 a day, Hanny, which is so well done on that. I think I think what you said there resonates with quite a lot of content creators in the space. I think Pokemon Go will not be there forever. We're hopefully still got a nice long journey in this game. Education is really important. The future of our children and the next generation is something that we have some element of control over. But I think the world has changed a lot with what people do for work. And I think skills like education, teaching, I think there's a danger that less people will do that in the future, because a lot of creative people would normally go into teaching. That used to be what it was like. That was quite a nice way of inspiring, getting a message across. Content creation, different facets to different ways you can do it. I think there's a danger a lot of it comes out of the classroom now, just by nature of what's available. Like YouTube's been a massive invention for people to put stuff out there. And cats is a tick, definitely. I've got a cat. And climbing. I don't think I'd be any good at climbing. Milo, would you be good at climbing, Ian? I'm not a climber.
It's something I always wanted to do, but I'm probably getting a little bit longer.
You don't
to
have to be good at it.
Now.
It's fun, even if you're like really bad at climbing. It's genuinely so much fun.
Yeah,
challenge
a
accepted.
bit of hiking or not necessarily bouldering, but a more intense climb of a mountain or something like that. It's very liberating. If you're either outside or indoors, it's a good physical pursuit. So yeah, I rate that. You're kind of molding all of your interests into one, actually, with your Pokemon, because the educator-teacher thing, now you've said that, right? The way that you present on the German account for the shorts and things like that, even though I'm not speaking German, I can very much understand. You come across very clear, very well received.
Yeah.
So you've got all kinds of skills that pull together into this content that you're doing. So that's actually really interesting.
Thank you so much. That's so nice to hear. Yeah, I try to, because I know a lot of content creators that just try to speak to adults because they are like the more, for them, valuable audience, because like they have the money.
Yeah.
But I believe that actually was a discovery, like having my meetups I do at events, and just seeing like a lot of young trainers come up to me, and it's a reality check to see, wait, they watch my content. And then you just take on to another position, because you start to rethink what you are saying in your streams, what are you saying in your videos, like who is really watching that. And if I think about 8-year-old boy is watching my videos, like it's watching every video, I want to have a good influence. So I'm really trying
definitely
to do content that is entertaining for every age.
No, that's so true, so true. And hat off to you to become an educator, to become a teacher. It's definitely a vocation, and it's one that not enough people actually do. So it's a very good career path, whether you come back to it later or not. I want to touch on my next question on something you said, and it's something that's very dear to my heart, Milo's heart, and I know Mark's heart, is that we love to travel, and we know you've done your little UK Europe trip. You did Milan, I believe, and GoFest Paris. So tell us about your highlights of this year's travels, and what are you planning on doing next year? Because the world's kind of your oyster in terms of travel, content, events. Where have you been, and where do you plan to go?
So yeah, traveling has been getting more accessible to me, because now I don't have to work like the 40-hour week and have really limited vacation days.
That helps.
Yeah, it does a lot, because as an educator, you actually have like set vacation days, so you cannot choose. Like I had like 5 days to choose freely last year for vacation, and the other ones were just set. So that was kind of hard to go to events. I remember going to Madrid Go Fest, just flying there on Friday night and flying back on Sunday morning. Like after that weekend, I was frightened and just had to work.
Yeah,
but
oh my goodness.
So it got more accessible. Like I don't get a paycheck every month, so that's a thing that does not make it more accessible. But I have to really do my own money now.
Yeah.
But yeah, like time-wise, it got easier. That's something amazing. I'm studying right now, like part-time studying, distance learning university. So I don't have to be there. I can just do it all online. I study social media time-wise. So that makes it really accessible. And for next year, there will be like a lot of highlights because we already have the announcement for Go Tour, which was super early. I loved to see that.
Are you coming to LA?
Yeah, it's the plan right now.
Yeah.
Nice.
We thought about Taiwan as well, because just like for the experience, because I will be coming to the Worlds as well, to the USA, because as I said, like I love everything about Pokemon, and like the Worlds is such a dream event for me
And
to
it's in
to
San
visit.
Francisco next year.
Yeah, right. There was always like a little hurting in my heart when the Pokemon company asked me the last 2 years to co-stream it from home, and I was like, yeah, I'm happy that you are writing me and like
Yeah.
considering
there,
me
though.
as a co-streamer, but I want to go there.
Just give me a flight.
Right. So next year will be the first year I will be visiting Worlds as well. So we have Los Angeles and Worlds as well. Then we'll see what GoFest brings us. I'm really excited for that, as well as like city safaris.
Yeah.
Who knows how many of those we are getting next year? As we saw this year, they just spontaneously put out another line of city safaris, as probably no one expected. Maybe a wild area, who knows? I will not be going to Nagasaki because that was way too spontaneous for me, and just that there are so many travels coming, and you have to just look how you finance that. And I will be going to Japan next year as well, 50-50 vacation and work with my girlfriend. So yeah, we have like 2 USA trips. We have Japan. We have probably some more countries that will be really exciting. And it will be actually the first time that I will be traveling outside of Europe. I never was. So yeah, I'm super excited for that.
So exciting. Yeah.
Never had like a super long flight or something. So
it's
going to be
an
a challenge
experience.
as well. Yeah. Probably more of a challenge, since sometimes I sit in the train for 4 hours. I cannot sit anymore. And if I think about a 12-hour flight, I just cannot imagine.
They literally do fly by, genuinely.
Right. If you just have the right strategy for the flight.
Well, my strategy is
some
sleep.
entertainment or sleep. Yeah, right.
Yeah.
Yeah. And talking about this year, it was amazing just doing more of spontaneous travels, as they just announced like the Paris stamp rally thing. We heard that and thought, yeah, okay, let's do it. It sounds fun, and it really was. And love to go to these events, and then there's so much more happening than you thought that it would be. Would go to Paris and thought, yeah, we collect the stamps and then maybe play the C-Day on Sunday and just be there and talk to some people. And then we came there and were like invited into like a super secret cool Pokemon cafe, and had like an exclusive tour to the Legends ZA play lab and everything.
Oh, that looks
So-
amazing. I haven't seen that online.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it really was. It's always nice to see how much happens if you like you don't know anything about. In Paris the same. So we thought, yeah, it's going to be a Go Fest for 3 days, or actually 4 days, right? And it started one day early, and then there's so much more happening, and you spontaneously just do so much stuff. And Paris was an absolute banger. Was there with a friend of mine called Timo. He's been like, we always make fun about that. He's my unpaid employee because he's been on the road trip in Berlin with me. He's been on GoFest Paris. We meet up every week, and he even helps me sometimes, like doing some videos for Pokemon Go Germany, or just being a cameraman, being like there for me, just talking through content or giving ideas. He's been with me there, and was such a nice experience for us both, just grinding content and that's something I gotta say. Like I've built a small team around my content with my Twitch moderators, but they are way more than my moderators. And him and my girlfriend, she does so much as well, and it's so amazing. That's quite the best thing ever. Just to have, like, we have a small moderator Discord, and if I just type something into it, with like if I have to get opinion from someone that just hears about it or just really knows me, can give me like a hint what to do. It's so amazing just to type in there and just have an instant response from a few people that really know me, that are really invested into the content. That's what we've built in the last year, and which really helps me go through every barrier we see through like content creation, and even on travels as well, because like if you travel around, it's so amazing just to have someone that can quickly hold a camera or follows you around with a camera and gives you a little bit of calmness, if that's a word. I remembered at the road trip in Berlin, you have to think about that quite, like I'm not the biggest German YouTuber, but I would say like the second biggest. There's like Spieletrend, he's been around since 2016, but he's actually from Austria, but speaking German. But our content is way different from each other. And it was the first event, like a Pokemon GO event, since the Go Fest in Berlin. There were years in between, and there was not really an official chance for my viewers to meet me, except on events outside of our country. So I did that meetup on Campfire. And as we were walking to the truck, and we just saw how like over 100 people just standing there waiting for me. And he was like, really, bro, calm down. Just like get the situation. Don't overdo something or freak out. And yeah, that's quite it, just to have like people around you that really know how you are feeling in those situations, and really like respect the grind and try to support you through that. So yeah, we like with traveling with other people's, with our moderator team, it's really amazing what we've built.
No, you definitely need the support.
Yeah,
Fantastic to hear. And yeah, we have occasionally somebody who can hold the camera, and it makes a world of difference.
It really does.
It really does.
The gorilla pods only go so far.
Yeah. You need a moving tripod.
Right.
So I think before Mark asks his legendary question, I'm going to ask you to put your trainer tips hat on. If you could travel anywhere across the globe and make your, let's say, dream kind of travel content video with Pokemon Go wormed into it, a bit like Nick did with Kiribati, where would you be jetting off to?
Well, that's a tough question. Like there are so many places I would love to go, but like it seems like an obvious answer, I think. But for me, it's truly Japan. Like for the last few years, it has been a big dream of mine to go there, because like my girlfriend, she actually learns Japanese. I don't, because I don't have time for that.
That's really useful.
Yeah, and I've been together with my girlfriend for 5 years as well. Like I started content back then. Since then, it's been a dream for us to go there, and we never had like the finances for it or the time for it, or like the right time and everything for it. So next year is going to be the journey to Japan, and I think like having the opportunity to be in Japan for something content related, for like a Pokemon Go event or something like that, would be a huge dream. I watched all the videos of Worlds being in Yokohama.
Yeah.
And I just wanted to be there so badly. And yeah, I think so. Japan is a pretty obvious answer for many, I think. But this is an absolute dream location.
I think everybody who asked that question to has always said Japan.
Certainly in the Pokemon Go
Mecca,
space, or just Pokemon space. Yeah.
So come on then, Mark. It's time.
Well, I haven't actually prepared this question, Hanny, so it's going to be a shortened
You
down
don't need
version.
to prepare this question. It's embedded in your soul.
It might be, but Hanny, based on the things that we've spoken about tonight, like, imagine you have gone to Japan and you're there and you're having a good time with the girlfriend and you're enjoying it, and you're having all these great experiences and that. I have this question that I ask every guest, and the question I've always said is like, imagine your girlfriend wasn't there and you needed a partner in crime to be there with you, someone to have fun with, someone to maybe have your back when you're out there. That person is a Pokemon. If you could pick any Pokemon to be out there with you, I used to call it like your wingman, your buddy, your partner. Have you got a Pokemon you'd pick to have that role? And if you do have a specific Pokemon, what would the reason be why? We've had some crazy answers over the years that we've been asking this question, but have you got any in particular, mate?
Okay, yeah, quite a good edited version of the question with like all the Japan thing. Okay, so I do have a few Pokemon that I truly love that I would say are my most favorite Pokemon. I think I have a really quick and easy answer to it, except that I really, really love Snorlax, and like some people know that I have like one of the biggest Snorlax collections and everything. So
there we go.
do insanely collect Snorlax. But the only real answer, and it's in my name as well, is Mew. I would take a Mew with me. It's just amazing. It has the perfect size. Like it's quite like a cat, and I love cats. And
Yeah.
it can fly. It can put you in a bubble and fly you around. It can let you see all the cities from the top. It even has like the ability to kind of evolve or transform into other Pokemon. So it can change its form. I really like that. And so it's really practical as well. If you think about it like that, you can have every other Pokemon's ability just squished into one Pokemon. So it is practical, and I think Mew is just perfect. Like imagining going somewhere and it just flies with me, and it has the perfect size, and it's just amazing. I think that would be the perfect partner for everyone.
Well, Hanny, you're the first person who's picked Mew. I think your reason's the best reason we've had so far on this journey. I like that. I like the idea of being picked up, transported, cat-like. Yeah, I like all that. I think that's
It's good for a traveling creator.
Yeah, absolutely.
I think so.
No, thank you for being grilled.
Yeah, grilled.
Medium rare.
Delicious. Fantastic.
Yummy.
Now we can move away from the barbecue, and now let's get into a chat about the last weekend, the city safaris that were going down. It was Vancouver, Cancun, there was Bangkok, which Marky didn't go to in the end, unfortunately, and the ones that we visited, Valencia for myself and Amsterdam for both Hanny and the Masterful, as he's labelled on the show today.
L.A. Safari.
Masterful. So let's have a little chat about our overall experience, not just with obviously the game and the event, because it was pretty much exactly the same for everyone across those 5 locations, but the places we were at. And I will say immediately, you guys were looking very warm and wrapped up in your hoodies and jackets and things.
On the Saturday, maybe.
And I was sweating like nothing else. It was very toasty in Valencia. But let's give the honours to Hanny first, since he is the guest on the show. How was the city safari for you over in Amsterdam?
I truly loved that they changed the thing with the EVs from the research to the stamp rally. Just amazingly done. The stamp rally thing is just nice. I pointed that out in my Paris stamp rally video as well, saying you have an extra memory with this stamp book you have in your where you have all your postcards.
Yeah, it's the scrapbooks area.
So that's quite nice. Even if I think they did not do it that nicely for the safaris in Amsterdam and Co, because you could collect too many stamps, maybe a bit too many, and the stops actually all were EV stops and not showing the spots you visited. And I would have wished you have in Paris you really see the points you visited, so it's really oh, I was at this point. So that's what I really loved in Paris, and what did not work out the same for the EV stops. But I really like the thing with the stamps. It's amazing. It's fun. It's always, I think it's like at some point you just got to try out the stamp thing. At first you really press it until it's perfect. And at some point you just try to press it shortly, press it really long.
Yeah, because then it's faded.
Because you do so many, so you can give pressing only shortly a shot. So that was amazing, like getting all the EVs together. As a point, I pointed that out a lot, that I would have wished that there were more EVs to get any chance of getting more backgrounds. Sadly, that did not change. I was hoping for the research and the stamp rally to be there both, so you could actually get like double the amount of EVs.
Yeah, I'm with you, mate. That would have been
I know
nice.
So many people that travel long distances, pay a lot of money just to get to these events, and they are really frustrated because, like, I know so many people that did not get a shiny EV. It's just the main highlight of the thing. And it was really easy to collect all the stamps. One side it was good because, like, if you wanted to go through it fast, you could. But on the other side, like, it felt like a big part of the event was done in like under an hour.
So quickly,
most locations. In Amsterdam, it was better done than in Milano. In Milano, there was like this church in the middle, and you walked once around the church and you were finished.
Yeah,
so
one lap of the Duomo,
crazy.
and you got the research complete.
Fastly finished. But yeah, stamps, amazing. I saw that there was a little difference between Valencia and Amsterdam, because I watched the content between those two events, and like you guys in Valencia had like a really nice stamp book with like stamps for the event, like the real life stamps you could have collect. In Amsterdam, it felt like a little way less budget thing, because we only had like one postcard and it was all the same stamps we had to collect. And
okay.
So, and it was all done by the ambassadors. So that was kind of interesting to see that there were differences between the so-called same event, but it did not feel like the places were treated the same.
They definitely weren't.
But
I agree.
Yeah, I loved it, and it was so nice to explore another city. If you finished all your EV stops and you got some shinies or had some time to grind, you actually get to a point where you're just like more chill and just start exploring the city. And that's like the whole point, I think, that you don't run around 8 hours like maybe at a Go Fest where you do raids like all over the day and just watch on your phone and just walk. At this event, at some point, you have all your EVs, so that pressure is gone, and then you can just calm down a bit and just really see the city, and that made it amazing. And as well as a personal point, I need to point out my absolute biggest highlight of this event was like my community meetup. Maybe you saw like the group photo we did.
I saw many group photos, mate. It was a great turnout.
It was so crazy. I hosted a community meetup on Campfire, and there were like 170 people coming to that meetup, and that was so amazing. My voice still hurting from that, but I don't even know what to say about that. It was truly giving me Gänsehaut in German.
Goosebumps.
Goosebumps. Yeah.
Goosebumps, right? Just seeing all those people from my community, and perfect spot for Germans to travel to with the train.
Yeah. So are you from the north of Germany then? So it's quite easy for you to get there, or are you further south?
I live like more at the bottom of Germany, but I went from Edinburgh to Amsterdam.
So it's like a 1 hour flight then maybe.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
Because I've like 50% of my family lives in Scotland, in a small village near Glasgow.
Oh, okay.
So went to London, then we took the train to Edinburgh, then we visited them, and then we went from Scotland to Amsterdam. Yeah, so that was the journey.
I'll build off that, because Hanny made some really good points. The stamps, it would have been nice to actually get the locations, because you got the name of the place, but there was just different pictures of EV. So
just EV face.
Basically. Totally agree. In terms of location, Amsterdam was absolutely fantastic as a choice for a location. And yes, Milo is right. On the Saturday, it was a little overcast. A lot of us were wearing like hoodies or jackets. But by sort of early noon, that had actually improved, and we were just walking around in T-shirts. The weather really did improve on the Saturday. And on the Sunday, it was really good, in as much as it wasn't anywhere near the 35 degrees that you had in Spain. But it was a solid 20 degrees. We were walking around. I just had a polo shirt on, and it was more than comfortable. It was actually quite warm. And yes, Mark, my phone screen did go dim because of the excess heat and light. Yes, it happened.
In Amsterdam? In autumn? Yeah. Wow.
On the Sunday, it was really warm. I mean, it wasn't Spain, but it was warm. So in terms of location, brilliant. And one thing I did like with Amsterdam is, yes, you've got the city, great locations, brilliantly walkable city. But then, as Milo will know, you've got Fondel Park, which is literally 15 minutes out of the city centre.
Yeah.
Which is a great park to walk
around.
Very
good spot. We walked around there for 15 minutes.
Yeah.
In 22.
We did. I actually referenced that on my video, that it was so nice to actually go and spend more than 20 minutes in that park.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I love the location. I've been to Amsterdam a few times, and it was actually nice to go to Amsterdam and not have to do the lads thing. It's a family podcast. Yeah. So it is nice just to go that and just enjoy the atmosphere, soak up the atmosphere and the culture, because Amsterdam is actually a very cultural city. But one thing I will say before I let Milo do is, as a creator, I found the event very sort of segmented, because we didn't really have a central point where we were all, a lot of people were doing meetups in Dam Square and so forth, and we had like one official photo there. But there was nothing really to draw all of the creators together. So I referenced earlier, I saw Hanny for like 2 minutes. I saw a couple of gaming for 2 minutes. And there were so many people that were there that I just didn't get to see.
And why was that then? So if people haven't got commitments, could you not all just stand around for a bit? Or were you all literally just playing the game and you just didn't?
Well, I started the day in Dam Square, and there was like next to nobody there at the beginning of the event. So I wandered off, and then I'd heard that there was a photograph at 2 p.m. So I went back. I got there at 5 to 2. I was definitely in time for the photo. Check me out. Well done, me. They'd already taken it 5 minutes early.
Brilliant.
So I said hi to Izo and Yaya. I said hi to Hanny, and then everyone just kind of dispersed and did their own thing again. So in terms of the gameplay, City Safari, we all know what they are now, so there was no real surprises. Although I will say that I found Mudbray a lot of a harder chase than in Milan. It was so hard. It took me ages. I think I got my first shiny Mudbray like 2 hours from the end of the day. It took so long to encounter the shiny. And Milo probably had a totally different experience, but it was just a tough shot.
I have the same thing, only with Sigalith. I only got one through the whole event.
Me too,
But as you were talking about Mudbray, I got, I think, 8 Mudbray shinies. So I cannot prove your point, but I do have the same thing with Sigalith.
Exactly, that is RNG. I got 3 Mudbray shinies all weekend. No Hundo Mudbray this time, although in Milan we did particularly well. But we all know what City Safari is by now, so there really was no surprise. It was pretty much what you would have got had you gotten to one earlier in the year and couldn't make one of these.
Yeah, it's just slightly different spawns, really. It's the same event concept, but I said it in my video, I'll say it again, and Hanny was bang on with it. The stamp rally lent perfectly to the City Safari thing. It's such a good interpretation of that feature, because I looked at the Paris stamp rally and I was like, it looks really interesting. It just can't go there due to logistics. And with this one, it was really, really nicely integrated. I agree to an extent that it would have been nice to have the actual location, like the Pokestop image of where you were. That would have been very cool.
16 stamps of Eevee.
Yeah, but I quite liked seeing all the different expressions that Eevee had. As when you stamp, you thought, oh, angry Eevee. There we go. Nice. I'm glad I made that incredibly firm to push. But this is now my 3rd City Safari, and I'm walking away from it with still no shiny City Safari.
Me too.
Oh, angry Milo.
And I did get very internally hacked off.
Our Italian connection got one, and boy, did he flex him.
Don't remind me that he was like, have I got the shiny? I found it there. But I did meet a chap where we've actually bumped into loads of events, who's a Pogo Traveller. He's done 8 City Safaris and hasn't got one.
No way.
Wow.
And there were so many stories of people like you guys, probably in Amsterdam, people doing the research for Eevee and not getting one at all. And I think, to be honest, with this far down the road with the City Safari, they should be a much better rate, because the other Pokemon that's coveted, you got two things. It's the costume Eevee and the Mudbray or the Skidoo for 23 and a bit of 24. And then next year it may switch again.
I seem to swap them every 2 years, so we might have one more year.
May have
of
one more
Mudbray,
year of
potentially.
Mudbray.
Yeah.
Which may ironically turn into whatever you said on Chasing the Tail last week, Copper Jar, or the pre-evolution of that one. That's another kind of one that could fit the bill for a City Safari spawn.
Yeah.
Nidobat,
bring that one on. Actually, speaking of bats, so I like to try and go for getting a shiny of everything at each of the spawns through the event. And thankfully, I wasn't the only person doing this. Good old Jeroen 026 was trying to do the same, but he was trying to do the male and female variant of everything, from what I heard. But the one thing that didn't sparkle, aside from the Eevee, obviously, was Zubat. It just refused to sparkle, which obviously isn't the end of the world. But it's quite amusing to think I've got quite a few Mudbray on day one, I think 5 or 6. Mudbray, cool. That's a new shiny. Zubat, been around for donkey's years. Ironic. But yeah, it refused to sparkle. It would have been nice if there were more Eevees that you could have gone to get, like if the research was a bit longer. Because I'm not kidding, we did our stamps fairly quickly. We got in a little bit late to the North Station where they had one of the 3 Pokemon pop-up locations. And it was right there. And I'm telling you, the queue to get to this location was like an hour long. It stretched all the way down the street. It was absolutely mental. And Francesca and I walked past and were like, I'm not going to stand in that. That'd be mental. But people were very, very interested to actually get these physical stamps to go around the 3 different spots in the city to get these things. And I think that's a really good addition. And it's a shame they didn't do it for you guys in Amsterdam.
So what did they get you?
Were stamping the
we
passes.
kind of had that,
Yeah.
but
So
it was
it was
a
community
really
ambassador.
low-budget version.
Yeah. But I think it's good that they
we
did
got
it.
to an ambassador and we just got 3 stamps at one spot, and then I never found a second spot, so I have 3 or 4 stamps now. So
Okay.
it was kind of confusing. It was just like the Pokemon GO logo.
Right.
Yeah.
It's a shame that they didn't do a little bit more with that, because that turns the digital stamp rally into a physical one.
Let's be honest. If Valencia was an Ibis hotel, Amsterdam was Ibis budget.
Right. Yeah.
There you go. Very nice. I mean, talking about some of the other bits, I saw some, I think it was Cancun, they had a lot more sort of physical pop-up things with, they had the Mudbray and the Eevee on these frames that you could stand and take pictures with.
And they had Pokestops and charging stations.
That would have been cool to have in the air-conditioned shopping centre, but no, we just got the team flags.
We didn't even get that.
Oh.
So Hanny, did you get the shiny Eevee?
I visited Barcelona, no shiny Eevee. I went to Milan, no shiny Eevee. And then I got to Amsterdam and I said, this is my event of revenge. I did not know about people going to 8 safaris and having none. So I thought I'm being treated not that good.
Exactly what I thought.
Yeah.
So I went there and on day 1 I got 2 shiny Eevees.
Oh, nice.
And I was there with
GGs,
4 other people. They got none in 2 days. Oh, actually, my girlfriend got one on the second day. So I was really happy for her, because then I wouldn't have to give one from
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah,
You don't have to
yeah,
send
yeah.
one away.
Yeah.
So yeah, I'm super happy now that I got actually got one, and even 2. It's crazy.
That is really good. I'm in the same camp as Whitfield. No shiny Eevees from 3 city safaris now.
I was expecting nothing, to be honest.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think that's the way you got to expect it. I've got one. I got one from Barcelona. Yeah, I didn't get any in Milano. So my observations from it all then. So I've watched all the vlogs and I've seen it all. To be honest with you, they look good. I think spawn-wise, it looked very good. I think it looked very busy on some of the spawn points, but we had that in Milan, didn't we, for memory? It was
did.
very
but
heavily.
Milan had this interesting thing where
like an overlay, wasn't
had
there?
an extra bonus from the bug out event where if lures were placed and ran for a certain amount of time with a certain amount of catches, it boosted the spawns. This didn't, but I will say the cluster in the shopping centre, I can't remember exactly which one it was, that had boosted stops and everything like that for the meet point. It was impossible to check everything. I was trying to click the Pokestops to get the quests, and you're checking this Zubat, this Smoliv, this. And you're like, it's one of those things, I can't actually click anything, so I'm just going to catch everything. it was insane.
It was very, very segmented in Amsterdam. So there were points that were quite dense. And I think we did have a few extra gyms in Dam Square because there were a lot of gyms. There was like 4 or 5 gyms in Dam Square. But there were some places where you'd barely see like 2 or 3 Pokemon. It wasn't
consistent sort of thing.
It wasn't consistent throughout the city.
I mean, it was quite good, consistent spawns across Valencia. There are obviously places that were less crazy, but the huge strip of park or green that went around the city that used to be, I think, a river has now been turned into a walking space. That was fantastic because you could literally walk around the entire city just in this beautiful green space, no traffic. You only have to worry about the people on bikes. But the spawns in that green space were really, really good. And people were using their lures and everything like that. And it took you from basically the Science Museum with the beautiful waterfront and everything that was the backdrop for the road trip and the shopping centre. You could just follow it all the way around. You got to the Jardin de Viveros or wherever it was where people were holding the campfire meetups. And you can go all the way around to the North Station and then get into the old town. So as a walkable city for a city safari, Valencia was top tier. Like I'd say as good as Milan, to be honest.
So the stamps a nice little touch then. I'd love watching all you guys going, oh, let me push this one a bit gently. Oh, let me make this one
not on my video.
So do you still have them in your game now? Are they still?
Yeah, they're part of your scrapbook.
Yeah.
So it's part of your scrapbook. So you get like as Ian said, 16 Eevees in different colours.
Yeah,
different
you could
poses
go
on.
and get more, but you just wouldn't get obviously an encounter.
Wouldn't get
So
Right.
I know there were a few people who went around in Valencia and got every single stamp each day. So they've got huge pages of it because the way that they sort of dispersed them was quite nice. So you could go around a huge part of the city and pick them up very quickly. But there were huge clusters that even we didn't get to, and we didn't get to the seafront, which had, if you looked on Campfire, or they actually had it linked to Google Maps as well, which I think was a really good call. That's fantastic. Not everybody has Campfire, but Google Maps, yes, we'll have that. Thank you very much. There were so many by the seafront. You could just walk, boom, across the beach and pick up 20. I think there were something like that. It was insane.
But do you know what they should do for it? They should just, that's how they should do it. In an event like that, if you could get, like, say, 40 stamps, why not give you an Eevee for everyone if you're prepared to get up and walk around and travel
exactly
everywhere?
That's a fair point, yeah.
It's an easy way to implement it, isn't it? Because it's kind of there already, isn't it? It's just...
And it incentivizes people to do the stamps.
Yeah.
It would have been a good call, actually.
Yeah, that's what I think is that you should just have, like, if you go and get the stamp, you can get an Eevee encounter. Because for a good chunk of the day, maybe just because of the heat, certainly on Sunday, we kind of took it more easy on the Sunday because you think you go blitzing on the Saturday, and Saturday turned out to be a 26-hour day for me, pretty much, thanks to the flights and the editing and everything. So Sunday was definitely more chilled.
23, you still burnt beat, but it was still a long day.
It's too long, really, with the flight. I mean, you were up at exactly the same time as me in the morning, and then the crazy flight time.
You went socialising, though, which pushed your edit. I just had dinner and went straight back to the hotel.
I didn't socialise. That'd be ridiculous.
I saw photos that you were with Francesco, Mark, Alex.
I saw the nightclub pictures of
that
you as well.
That was Sunday.
Oh, okay.
That was Sunday. Saturday was no socialising at all.
We saw the nightclub pictures, didn't we, Ian, from the backstreet clubs in Valencia, Milo.
Wild side.
Tough.
I'm still waiting for the New York ones to come out.
Well, we'll be waiting a while, Ian. We'll be waiting a while. So, there we go. So that is City Safari then. So final thing I was ask all of you then, from doing Milan, what was different then other than the stamp rally? What were
Just
the
the
chase
location.
spawns like? Other than the location, was Stantler was in there, wasn't it? Was Stantler?
Stantler was in there. There were some other good ones.
Yeah, I mean, Sandy Gas was in there, which was a chase as a shiny.
And you got the
Famke
four
was
different,
there,
different unknowns.
Smoliv, unknowns A, B, C,
Smoliv,
V.
the olive.
Yeah.
V was nice to have back. That was one I actually did need. And obviously
Stantler
Valencia
was in there, of
Vancouver.
course, Mudbray.
Yeah, and
Cool.
actually
There
getting
was some good
unknown
chases.
starting ladder of every city that
Yeah.
there was like a safari. I think that was a nice touch as well.
Yeah, 100%.
We in Amsterdam actually having the chance of getting the shiny unknown V, which was nice as well, because I think that was the first time that we could have actually get.
Well,
the
I
shiny
know
from that.
Whitfield got the V because he didn't get it in GoFest, and I got the V as well. So Francesco was relieved.
It was Tour. It was Unova Tour where it was available before.
Yeah, Francesco's relieved that he now doesn't have to trade.
Yes, he doesn't have to trade. Well, I came away with 2 or 3 Vs from it.
And he got the one.
But this is the thing about a city safari is the spawns, we look at them on paper and you'd be like, maybe not the best. But there are some solid chases in there. Some shinies that are new, some that are old that haven't been featured in a season for God knows how. I mean, I can't remember the last time I had a shiny Stantler. It very well could have been 2019.
Absolutely. And you've got to remember, these events, they're for everybody. The fact that we've been playing this game for almost 10 years, some people have been playing it for 10 minutes.
Right.
Yeah, I don't know about you guys, but I saved a few of the swim ring Psyducks in the research stacks. I've got 2 or 3 of those with a Valencia City Safari tag. I really like having the captures with the event tag of like, hey, it's City Safari. It just gives it a little bit more zest, in my view.
Oh, Milo, you've got too much Pokemon storage in your game, I tell you, to have all those sitting there.
I am screwed right now because I need to go. I kept every Mudbray, every Sigilif, and how were the eggs for you guys? Because this was a point of contention, I think.
Dead. The eggs were dead.
Yeah.
Didn't even hatch all of them.
No.
It was just not worth it.
Eggs were a con, Hanny. Eggs were a con.
No, the eggs were a con. I topped out on eggs both days, and I hatched 1 shiny Mudbray.
Ooh. Ouch.
Did you get a shiny Hanny from an egg?
No, actually not. I just hatched a few because I was just too focused on like catching everything that was spawning wild, spinning like the EV stops, and that's like whenever I hatched some new eggs, I just did not even think about putting in 7 KMX, so I just spun some Pokestops, and maybe after that realized, oh yeah, you could
now I
have
filled up my egg
some
storage.
gifts, but it was not that important for me that I thought like, oh, now I need some 7 KMX. I did not like what was in there. Like, yeah, it was nice that there was a Mudbray. I think Sigalith was there as well.
Yes.
But then there was like
Clink and Goomy.
Yeah,
and
right.
Goomy,
And like a C-Day Pokemon. No, I don't
old
need that.
Conde Pokemon as
Yeah,
well.
right. And
We have talked about it before, but even fast opening gifts, it's so slow when you're trying to restock an eggs, and it's not a guaranteed drop.
That's the thing, is it's so painful that you've paid for all, hashtag sponsored, we all got the ticket for the City Safari given by Niantic. You'd expect if you've bought the egg add-on after however many months since we moaned about it for Milan and all those City Safaris, you still don't get guaranteed 7-kilometer event eggs from opening your gifts when you're there.
I mean, I think I opened like 5 gifts in a row and didn't get an egg.
Yeah.
And I was thinking, how long do I need to do this? Because you're losing spawns, you're losing time.
It feels like such a waste of time, and I'm in the same camp as Hanny, because I was focusing on getting the research tasks for Mudbray and Sigilif, and I was like, okay, that's a priority. And then every time I did it and I saw an egg, 2K egg pop up, I was like, oh no, I've hatched my eggs.
Yeah, right.
But I never maxed out on the eggs either day. I think I only ended up with like maybe 20 hatches per day or something like that, like very sparsely put across. But they were really good for me. I think I got hatched like 4 shinies out of those eggs. Got Sigilith, Mudbray,
Impressive.
Clink, and something else.
Goomy.
No, not the Gooby, thankfully, not from the eggs. I had 2 Mudbray. That was what it was, I believe. So the eggs for me were actually pretty decent, but the flaws with that implementation within Pokemon Go still applied, even though we are now, 6 months away from the last round of City Safari. So I think that needs to change.
yeah, the field research tasks were just way better than the eggs. So
Yeah.
it was more fun to do. You could just freely spin Pokestops and have like not think about opening some gifts in between. And it was more motivating for me to just do the tasks because I knew what I was getting out of there.
Yeah, well, it blends
I
much
just
more better
ignored
with
the eggs at
catching.
that point. But yeah, it feels kind of off that there's something you could pay for, catching faster, or any ticket thing you would pay for. You would expect that eggs were more interesting, or they were just given out by Pokestops and not by gifts. Because I think like eggs, like event, anything given out of players' gifts seems super random. I know they did this like for a long time, but I don't think that anyone really enjoys kind of that method.
Yeah, I
Whenever
agree.
there's eggs you get from Pokestops, I think many people like it. Like at the Go Tour when you hatch the 10-kilometer eggs, or even at Go Fest sometimes when there's even nice things in 2-kilometer eggs, and that's worth a hatch. And you just don't have to worry about another thing, because if we think about how like I met players that the Amsterdam City Safari was their first in-person event. The first thing they told me, like, oh, this is so much, I have to do so many things at the same time as well, like rethinking, okay, there's players that it's their first in-person event. How should they even think about getting 7-kilometer eggs out of players' gifts and leaving egg spaces while spinning Pokestops and catching Pokemon and doing everything at the same time?
But don't go hand in hand, do they? It just doesn't work.
Yeah, it's just too complicated.
Yeah.
Oh, Katsian, hello.
Oh,
Did you
his
hatch a
name?
shiny Mudbray?
Her name is Lucy.
Oh, hello, Lucy.
hello, Ian. Meow.
Meow.
I actually added a little cat basket to my desk because I have to work here, but actually her favorite spot is really this spot.
Oh,
That's
I
not
had to build
conducive
this
for working,
thing
yeah.
up because I just cannot work with that setup.
Yeah, she wants
Because I have to
attention now. Yeah.
Go around her like this and just to type something into my keyboard. But yes, she's always there in support as well, in cuteness and
Cute.
mentality.
bless her.
But speaking about cute, it's time to test your guys' knowledge of the Pokédex in.
Oh, mate, just play your decks right.
So this game is called Play Your Dex Right, and I thought, do we stick with the updated version that we did a few weeks ago? And I thought, no, we'll just go back. We're not going to make it too difficult for Hanny, or indeed Milo and Mark. We're just going to stick to the higher
Yes, don't
or
assume,
lower.
Ian, that we know what we're doing.
yeah.
Well, I know you don't. Neither do I,
Exactly.
to be fair. So I will give you a Pokemon. We'll do this in turn, and then you tell me whether the second Pokemon I give you, is it higher in the Pokédex or lower? So, for example, Milo, if I said your starting Pokemon was Bulbasaur,
Don't give me an easy one.
is Mewtwo higher or lower than
It's
Bulbasaur?
certainly going to be... Mewtwo would be lower than Bulbasaur.
And then you'd get a wrong answer.
Oh, Milo.
Mark, it
Come
is.
on. It's higher.
If we actually got it correct.
Thank you.
There we go.
Right, okay, so Mark, we will start with you. And since all four of us have pledged that we're going to be in LA in just 4.5 months' time, we will start with the Kalos decks because the chances are it's going to be Kalos themed. So,
It's going to
Marky,
be Paldia.
it probably is. It's probably going to be Unova too.
Kanto, won't it?
Mark, is Scatterbug higher or lower in the Pokédex than Litleo?
Higher.
Scatterbug is not higher, it's lower.
Oh, Milo.
Whitfield, your Pokemon is former City Safari Pokemon Skiddo
Skidoo.
higher or lower in the Pokédex than Esper?
Ooh, where does the cat sit?
On
Hanny's
Hanny's desk.
apparently. I will say I think Skidoo might be higher.
Skiddo is lower.
It's a flat 0.
It is. So, Hanny, you could actually take the lead here if you get this correct. Tell me, Hanny, is Esper higher or lower in the Pokédex than Furfrou?
I should know that because Furfrou is one of my favorite Pokemon. But I'm really bad at this. Furfrou is lower.
Furfrou is lower. You are correct. So Hanny is on the scoreboard with 1 point. Milo and Mark on
Still
0.
yet to do so.
Yeah.
Yes. Round 2. Mark, is Swirlix higher or lower in the Pokédex than Spritzy?
Higher.
Swirlix is higher.
Yes.
Milo to tie the game. Is Mark's favourite Pokemon Squelp higher or lower in the Pokédex than its other maritime Pokemon, Binacle?
Ah, the bicycle. I think let's go scroll being higher than the bicycle. You can say the
You
words
are
faster.
correct.
Oh.
Now, Hanny,
Yay.
for the lead, I'm going to ask you, is Inkay higher or lower in the Pokédex than Clauncher?
I think Inkay should be higher.
Inkay is lower. I'm sorry. So it's a tied game moving into what could be the final round.
How are we playing this? Is it first to 2 or?
Well, I was going to do first to 3, but it's turning into a longer game than expected. So we'll see how we get on with this round. If it's still tied after this round, we're going to go to sudden death.
Sudden death. Ooh.
So Mark, is Koops' favourite Pokemon Helicopter higher or lower in the Dex than Howlucha?
I'll say it's lower.
Helioptile is lower.
Than the Mexican fighting bird.
Yeah, Milo.
Howlucha.
Is Klefki higher or lower than Gumi?
Ay, nay. That is a good question.
Full of your German.
I'm gonna say I think Klefki might be lower than the pseudo legendary.
No, Klefki is higher than the pseudo legendary.
No.
So Hannah, you need to get this one right to stay in the game. HanniMew,
Nice.
is Diancie higher or lower than Zygarde?
Oh. Okay.
Going for the mythicals here, Vasa. Nice.
Oh, yes.
I'm running out of Dexes.
Quick and easy. Diancie is lower.
Diancie is actually one Pokemon higher than Zygarde. So, valiantly fought Milo and Hanny, but Barrow wins.
Oh,
Congrats.
2 in a row.
2-1-1. Going into his own show next week.
How
This is
convenient.
unusual, Milo. This is unusual. I don't normally win games. That's
There's been a disturbance in the force, but credit to Hanny for doing it in his second language.
Yeah, exactly. Yes, Hanny gets bonus points. Hanny, you win.
Too easy.
Because obviously different Pokemon. We made a whole game out of different language for different
We
Pokemon
actually used to
names,
do
didn't we?
French and German
Oh, that's
names,
nice.
didn't we, back in the day?
Yeah.
Yeah, in the middle, one question that was for Milo, I had no idea which these two Pokemon were. They were like super complicated names. But with mine, I was pretty sure.
See, that's fortunate. That's good.
It's definitely fortunate. But you know what else is fortunate, boys?
what's that, Ian?
What? Sam.
Milo's right. We had a WhatsApp.
Ooh, what's that, Milo?
Now, we've had a WhatsApp from a new person.
Oh my goodness.
Yes, well, Ivo has dropped us a quick WhatsApp because he went to the City Safari in the Dam.
Ooh.
Following in your 2 footsteps.
Hello, Incense boys. It's Ivo from the Netherlands. I'd figure I'd send a voice message since I've been listening pretty consistently to all the new episodes the last few weeks.
Good to have you with us.
And I had some nice wins actually to share. But also, right now it's 10 to 5 on the Sunday. And I just got back from the Safari City in Amsterdam. I live in the Netherlands. I left a bit early on the second day because I just was kind of tired and had to do some other life stuff, you know.
Yeah, real life.
But I wanted to share a couple of things. So first of all, the event was really nice, but there was a weird thing on the second day where I bought a ticket to the raid day event, which of course overlapped.
Yeah.
And I didn't have the raid add-on for the Safari, City Safari. And I didn't get any more free passes than just the regular amount. I didn't get the passes from the ticket. So then now I got home to my hometown and I actually got the free passes here. So I managed to bust out some raids just before 5 because it was soloable, but it was a bit annoying. I don't know if anybody else experienced that. I think I saw a post on Reddit where some
I think
other
so
people
too,
had
in
a
like
similar
APAC
issue.
maybe.
Again, I also had a lot of wins this event, and also last raid day I actually got the Groudon Shadow 100%. Not shiny, but
nice.
still really nice.
Flipping that.
This City Safari was also very, very nice. And I got the shiny Eevee, which I think was one of my best catches. It was a
GG's.
92%.
Big congrats. Big congrats.
Then I also got a shiny Toxel, which was, of course, not event related. And I got all the other, the shiny Mudbray. I got everything except the shiny Unknown Bee. But other than that, I actually got everything.
Nice.
And it was also funny when I was sitting outside to have a bite to eat. There was a random English dude that walked up to me and said, "Hey man, you're playing Pokemon GO?" I said, "Yeah." And he said, "Do you want a stone journer?" And I'm like, "Okay, that's cool. I don't have it yet." So I traded it for shiny Sandy Gas, and it went lucky. So now I have a lucky 98% Goku Bat Stone Journey.
Oh yes, a Goku
And
Bat.
actually, the Goku Bat was kind of the
Bat.
theme of the whole event for me, because I also got a Goku Bat 98% shiny Lucky Rayquaza in a trade.
Wow.
Okay.
And then I also got, I think my last one I want to share, I got a shiny 98% Shadow Regigigas.
Okay.
And I kind of want your opinion, guys, on it, because, you know, it's kind of useless. 98% Regigigas. So I'm contemplating
Purify
if
it.
I should purify
Yeah,
the
yeah.
Shundo.
Do it.
Don't
because,
purify.
Do
Don't
it.
purify.
Very
Do
cool.
it.
And
It's a
also
shiny
do it.
shadow.
feels
Pure-
really
do
hard
it.
to, you know, purify
No,
a
don't do
it.
98% shiny Regigigas. So I'd love to hear your thoughts on that. Yeah, I never really do voice messages, so I hope this wasn't too much of a rambling, but there you go.
Amsterdam and stoned in the same sentence always gives me concerns.
Stone's Journey.
Yeah, Stone's Journey. That's,
Can we have the
it's-
shadow
it's-
variant? That would fit nicely.
Yeah.
Yes,
Some
it would.
dude came up from England, came up to us and said, "Hey, do you want a Stone's Journey?"
Wasn't me.
Yeah. Passing
Okay,
the
let's go
pod.
around the room because we was all talking about the message. I am an ardent supporter of not purifying. Keep it shadow.
Keep it sacred.
What would you do, Hanny? What would you do?
I know a lot of people are annoyed by Regigigas because it's been there for a while. It has had a raid day and now it's just in regular shadow raids and
Yeah.
nobody really understands. But I do love Regigigas. I love the design, I love the shiny, and I always have to kind of defend it in front of my viewers and have to tell them, hey, it's such a nice Pokemon. I know it's not good for fighting in Pokemon Go, but it's
It's a good
I love
shiny
it.
though.
It's cool, yeah.
Yeah, the shiny's lovely.
In Amsterdam, I got my I think it's now my 6th hundo, purified.
Sixth?
I have
My
I have
goodness.
so many hundos of it and like 15 shinies. I'm kind of working on getting the shundo now because like I have so many hundos and I'm waiting so badly for the
Yep.
shundo now.
It'll happen.
Because
Yeah.
it
Tick
has
off the
to
shiny
happen, right?
4-star. Yeah.
And if I had to, I would fight with myself as well if I had like the opportunity to purify a shundo now at this point where I am. But if you really just got this 98 shiny shadow Regigigas, just leave it like this. This is so cool and so rare in shadow. And you can get another shiny that's way less good and you can purify it as well. So maybe do some more raids and just leave it like this. The shadow version is cooler.
Yeah, agreed.
I guess
Go
if you
on,
want to
boys.
try your luck and see if you can get the shiny 13, 13, 13 in the future, maybe. But I would ask the question of what on earth are you going to do with a 98 shadow Reggie?
What's he going to do with a purified?
Yeah, what are you
Because
going
when
to
you
do with
search,
the shundo?
because when you
Attack
search
on
a
it of
4-star,
Shundo.
comma,
It's obviously got
shiny,
less
and
power as a
shiny,
purified mon.
it becomes your Spondo.
Mm,
And
Yes,
having
but it
a
is
Spondo,
more
I think-
useless
valid.
as purified than if it was shadow. I mean, it's useless anyway, but it's more useless as a purified.
But if you're looking to have a flex in your account, this is my thing.
It's
I
a flex, though, isn't it? Let's
I
be
would
honest.
say having a Spondo Regigigas outdoes the Shadow Goku Bad 98 shiny or whatever it is. So Have we got a 50-50 split there?
Well, I haven't answered yet, so you've
Okay, you're
gone
going
for
to make
that,
it a 50-50 split, Mark.
I love it how
Because
everyone...
you were shouting purify.
He was actually.
I just love the fact that everyone calls everything Goku bad, though. It's almost like his name has stuck to anything 98%.
It's become a
thanks, JT.
Pokemon
Yeah.
term. Yes.
It is, and I love things like that because that's probably, like Cowboy Hat Caterpie is probably like another term that everyone knows what it is now, but Goku bad, even I say it like Goku bad. Listen, I've got no love for Reggie Gigas, so I'm on the opposite side of the fence to Hanny there.
The look of disapproval right there at you.
I understand the logic behind keeping it as a 98% shadow. Totally get that. And if it's a Pokemon which actually has some, you use it for any reason, and it's good at attacking and that, you keep it a 98% shadow. Absolutely. I've got 98% shadows that are shiny. I'll keep like that. I get that completely. But for the only reason I hate Reggie Gigas, and I think it's just useless, I'd rather have a 4-star shiny Reggie Gigas than a 98% shadowy one. That's my opinion. So we've helped you there with a split.
You've got 2 for and 2 against.
2 for, 2 against.
But the difference is Hanny and myself are right.
And Mark and I are left.
Yeah,
Exactly.
Yeah. But no, but the problem is here when you're going, when you're on the quest for perfection, 100% is perfection, isn't it?
It is, but let's break it down. Now we are running a little bit long, but let's break it down. A 98%, for all intents and purposes, is as effective as a hundo. It makes no difference other than the fact that you want that little red 4-star badge to pop up.
We'll just bottle cap it and leave it. Yeah, 100% shadow shiny.
If a silver bottle cap comes out.
Yeah, I love that. Yeah, silver bottle cap. Maybe that'll be in the news in the future. Who knows? But talking about news, boys, we've got a little bit to go through.
Is the news.
Poor old Reversal. He had a cold at the weekend.
No.
Oh, diddums. Gentlemen, I have some catastrophic news.
Oh, dear. What?
You know there's a Legend ZA celebration event?
Yes, it looks like potentially a good game.
We've been buzzing about this for weeks, it feels like, maybe months.
Hoping so much for that Pikachu.
The good news for anybody who loves a new main series game is you're going to have absolutely no reason to turn Pokemon GO on instead of playing Legend ZA, because the event consists of basically nothing at all.
Oh.
Thank you, Scope Tick.
Is this completely normal update event?
No,
is it an update?
Honestly, this event is an insult to the words Legend ZA celebration and event.
What about Pokemon GO?
Well, since they're the ones putting it out, I guess it fits the bill. It's fine. But basically, the following is going to happen between 10 a.m. on October the 16th and Monday, October the 20th.
Let me
8
guess.
PM local time.
Starters.
Yes, but not in the way you're thinking. So first up is the bonus for the event. Yes, bonus, not bonuses.
Bonus.
Mega raids will appear more frequently.
Oh.
Look at the rotation, see what happens to be spawning during that event window. But then we're straight into timed research, and it's a free exclusive event, timed research. It's going to be handing out things like XP candy, poffins, and encounters with either Chikorita, Totodile, or Tepig with the seasonal background. And you're going to have to choose, I think, which one you pick. The first partner Pokemon you choose will have an increased chance to be attracted to Daily Adventure Incense. And you can also evolve to get the Comday moves for Meganium, Frealigator, and Emboar. And you can also teach them via a regular charge TM. And then there's some new avatar items.
The
avatar items. Say, look, the avatar items are spicy. They're cool from Lumio City and everything. But that genuinely is it. There's no spawns, research, eggs, raids, nothing to do with the actual game.
There's no Pikachu.
No Pikachu at all.
I'm so sad.
That's a bit of a disappointment there, isn't it?
If this is a celebration equating to like a kid's birthday, this is like one depressed alcoholic clown has come to the party, and that's the entertainment.
Has that happened to you in the past, Milo? It feels like you're drawing on a past memory there.
I don't want to talk about it.
It's oddly specific.
That just came to my head.
I like it. I've got the image.
Don't cry. Don't start crying.
Which one are you choosing, boys?
I thought you got one of each. I thought that was going to be you got to choose one. Of course you got to choose one. Yeah.
I think we've given him too much time to this event already.
Ian will be picking Totodile. He loves a water cock.
Water type, yeah.
I will be doing anything other than Chikorita because I hate that Pokemon. Hanny, don't tell me it's your favourite Pokemon.
Which starter are you picking?
Chikorita. It's the best starter of those three. I'm so sorry.
Don't be. Probably is of the three, to be fair. But do you know what? Sorry, Ian's right. We've talked about this about far too long.
I'm hovering over the button. I want to push stop, but we keep talking.
No, Milo, what are you picking?
Tepig.
There we
Done.
go. Bases covered. We had something that the guys alluded to on the Sunday, and it was very much for people not at City Safari, an event in itself. But as we heard from the message in the WhatsApp, caused some issues potentially. People didn't have the Raid Lover ticket with the ticket for the event. But I'm talking about Mega Camerupt Raid Day. Woo! We're getting there now. Before Legends ZA comes out and throws a whole new lot of Megas into the mix. We're working our way through the ones that we knew about prior to that, and this will lead up to Metagross coming up. I don't know, how much more they're going to sort of put Mewtwo off with these new releases that will potentially be coming up. But we had Camerupt, a brand new one, and again, you guys were lucky enough to be able to play it in different locations alongside the City Safaris. I'll start, guys. I did 3 or 4 raids, got a shiny, haven't really got a good Camerupt, didn't really care, but I love the design of it. It's a solid one, and these are quite common events now. People know how Mega Raid Days play out and all that. But did you guys get anything good with your locations on them? Amsterdamian and Valencia.
Nice.
What did you boys do? Did you get anything good? Come on, you must have got something good.
Let's give the honours to Hanny.
Yeah, Hanny, come on. What did you get?
How did the camel hunt go?
Yeah, 4-star camel.
Like the Raid Day, actually, like the timing was quite good to do some remotes for me, because we went into a restaurant for some food during the Sunday of the Amsterdam City Safari, and then I just hopped into some remotes, and I thought about maybe I could get some. My goal was to get one good shiny. Like for me, it's 96 or plus on the IV side, and I tried to get that because I actually found out that I do not have a hundo and not a good shiny of it. It's been like a underground Pokemon for me that I never really thought about, and then thinking about Mega, I was like, okay, maybe I could get something nice about it. I did 20 remote raids as well. I did 10 in Amsterdam, and I got one single shiny, and it turned out to be a 93. So yeah, that was quite a good shiny, but it's not enough for me to actually
just below
level it up or mega evolve it. So some lucky trades will help out with that, but it was not too big of a highlight for me, since the City Safari spawns were a little distractingly good, and just focusing on that event. But it was nice having a little part-time activity during City Safari, even on day 2. And for my girlfriend and many others I met, was actually pretty good to do some raids besides that, because they have still to work on their bottle caps. My girlfriend currently working on the Moon Crown Shiny EV, and she only had to do 10 more raids and did them with Camerupt, and now she has the Shando EV. So
yeah,
nice.
That was quite nice, and we enjoyed doing some raids during after 1.5 days of pure catching. Some raids were nice.
Absolutely.
To do.
And we missed that in Milan, if I'm honest with you, Harry. I think this was quite nice having a Mega Raid Day almost be part of it, because I think that was one element that Milan was missing, was the raid game, really.
Yeah, we got lumped with it was a research day.
Me and Ian did a few shadow
right.
Reggie Ices, didn't we? Because Reggie Ices, wasn't it? Yeah.
And Heat ran.
Yeah. But go on, Ian, you must have got something good. You like a camel?
Well, I do. I'm partial to Numel. It's a cute little Pokemon. But looking back over my shiny decks, I only ever got 2 shiny normals, and both of them were 0 stars and really bad. So I kind of needed something half decent out of this raid day. But I had the issue that I was very, very limited on time because of flights back to the UK. So I had a maximum of 90 minutes to do the raid day, which, let's be honest, is kind of more than enough, especially with the density of gyms that we had in Dam Square. I ended up doing 7 camera up raids, got the shiny on the 3rd. I thought it was going to be a 2-star one because its IVs didn't look great, its number didn't look great, but it just scraped to 3-star. I think it was something like 82%. So wasn't great. One shiny camera up, no particularly great ones, but as we've all said, Camerupt is pretty useless. It just happens to look like a pretty cool Pokemon when it's Mega Evolved. So it filled the space. I got a 3-star shiny Camerupt, which is now a sort of optional Mega. It was inoffensive, and it was, as Ivo said, it was soloable, but that certainly wasn't a problem in a City Safari environment.
Just a lot of people doing the battles and things like that. We went to one of the campfire meetups. I think there were 2 of them. One was in the shopping centre, which was air conditioned, and we didn't go to that one because we're idiots. We went to the one that was in the park under the scorching sun, which apparently had like over 350 people check into it. But when the meetup actually happened, I think it was closer to like 75. So it was a much smaller meetup, but a lot of people went around and smashed the raids, and it seemed like they had a really good time, but interest did die off quite quickly, as expected. City Safari, I'm with you, Hanny. The spawns are just much more enticing, and as a Mega goes, this thing should have probably been released like 4 years ago, let's be honest.
So long ago.
So long ago. I did in total about 12 raids, all in person. I didn't do a single remote for this one. Just didn't see it was needed. Got the shiny on the 9th raid, and it was a 93%, and that was my best one. I did have a Pundo, Purified Hundo, sat and waiting for its Mega Evolution. It's now one of those Megas, as you say, Ian. It's going to be worked up to tier 3 probably quite slowly, because on the face of it, it's the same typing as Primal Groudon, so which one are you going to take into a raid battle? Probably Primal Groudon.
Primal Camerupt, surely.
Primal Camerupt. Can we have that, please, in Gen 24? But it was that case of, because it's City Safari, after a short, brief window of time, I think literally about an hour and a half of the raid day, and some of it we were sat down in the shade, you think, I'd much rather just shiny check and crack on with the City Safari experience. So that was a priority, to be honest. But
if I'd had more time, I would have totally been feeling that. Yeah.
Yeah. 100%,
it makes sense. It makes sense. Yeah.
Ticks off a Mega.
Well, what you said makes perfect sense, because like I wasn't at City Safari and I probably did it for 40 minutes. And for me, that was enough, and that wasn't having the spawn. So yeah, anyway, so that's done. Mega Cameru's done. So we've got Metagross. We know that's coming up next weekend.
Yes, hope everyone had a good time with it.
I hope you all did. But we also had an event which has finished. It was the completely normal event, a new event in Pokemon GO. It brought the Dunsparce in, and there was a bit of a chase on there, 2-segment, 3-segment, hilarious costume, and all that stuff. Hanny, this is Milo didn't say it because we've never asked him the question in the way I've asked you it tonight. But his favourite Pokemon is Dunsparce. It eludes him quite a lot.
His favourite shiny is Dunsparce.
His favourite shiny is Dunsparce.
Shiny, yeah, definitely.
But I want to know, guys, very quickly. Has anyone got the 3-segmented to Dunsparce, and how many evolutions have they done to now?
Yes.
Of course he has. Okay. Of course he has.
Yeah.
How many did it take you then, Milo? How many did it take you?
33.
So you got very lucky then. 33.
Got very lucky. I was very really pleasantly surprised. It was annoyingly 2 evolutions after evolving a shiny, but that's how it goes.
Yeah. Hanny, what about yourself? Have you got the 3-segmented to Dunsparce?
I did some evolutions for fun. I just evolved every shiny I had. I had 10, 15 shinies of it. I just evolved all of them. Had no luck with that. And for me, that's where the fun ends, because I just want the Hundo 3-segment or the shiny 3-segment. And if I get a normal 3-segment with bad IVs, maybe it's nice for a trade, but I won't lucky trade that. Yeah, there was no big motivation for me. I will just evolve every next shiny I get and every next Hundo I get, and just hope that will turn out good. Yeah. And a friend of mine just saved a lot of them, and we will just trade them and try to get some more Hundos to evolve, But yeah, that's just my thing. I just want the shiny or the hundo, and
Fair
everything
enough.
besides that is not that interesting for me. And I did not do a video about it, so it was not a challenge I needed to do. So yeah.
Ian, what about yourself? Did you have any luck?
So advice to Hanny and anybody. There used to be an advert in the UK, and it says, when the fun stops, stop. And that's about any sort of gambling. So good advice there. I did evolve a few, nowhere near as many as Milo, because life is too short. And I didn't get the 3-segment to Dunsparce. But I will actually review this event in one sentence for you all. It was a completely boring event.
I can do one better than that. One word. It's forgettable.
Unmemorable.
Apart from evolving, there wasn't really anything to do.
It was quite a completely normal event.
Yeah,
It was, yeah.
yeah. It was when the City Safari spawn stopped, and then it came back to the other thing. I was like, oh yeah, Dunsparce is in the wild.
Actually, the overlap with City Safari did trigger me because you were spinning and you were getting tasks which weren't City Safari tasks, and that was and some of the tasks were the same. So you were getting really crap rewards because if you don't look for that tag, you could get. That's how they get you.
I was listening to last week's show, and I'll tell you what, Hanny, if you haven't listened to it, give it a listen, because I think we had about 5 minutes of talking, and we said, and that's how they get you, about 8 times in 5 minutes, about totally different things. We were going, yeah, but that's how they get you. And I was like, yeah, but that's how they get you. And even I was going, yeah, but that's how they get you. But it was...
Still like a broken record.
It was, but it was very true. I mean, I thought I'd evolved a lot more than I actually did. I evolved, actually, weirdly enough, 26 Dunsparce.
Oh, one off a good number.
So one off a good number.
Is a good number, actually, isn't it? Yeah.
But didn't get it. And I did what you did, Hanny, and I think what most people did. I just jumped straight in, evolved all my shinies to start with, thought, you know what, bum, 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 bum. And then I lost interest, but I still did it. And a bit like Ian said now, and I admire your determination, Hanny, where you're just going to collect your Dunsparces, trade them, try and get one to 100, and then try and evolve it. I like that. That's actually quite a more rewardable way of doing it. It's one, getting it to trade to 100 and then getting the luck as well, which is probably far more memorable than a 2-star 3-segmented to Dunsparce, which is blue.
Yeah, as talking about this event being pretty boring, we gotta respect all the players that are right now just still grinding for level 50 or some more levels.
True.
Because like level 80 is not that far away, and the event had like the 2 times XP for evolution. So I think that was quite nice for everyone who just wants to collect some XP. And I think even like when it's getting colder now and people stay more inside, it's something quite nice to do. When you're like watching something, you can just go into your box and evolve a ton of Pokemon and just get some more XP together. So that was quite nice. And the double XP paired with the motivation to evolve some more Dunsparce was probably pretty nice to spend some time. And besides really boring evolutioning, you just had a slight tiny chance to get the 3-segment.
Yeah.
So yeah. But in total, it was not the most exciting event.
It's very diplomatic, I thought, Hanny. Like that, very good.
I mean, ironically, I still didn't get a shiny Dunsparce despite it being shiny boosted for the event. So yes,
I did not as well.
Dunsparce is still my absolute favourite Pokemon on the planet. But it's time to see some of your favourite catches in our favourite section.
Shinies of the week.
Okay, so everyone, now I will be looking at your shinies of the week from X, Blue Sky, and Patreon/Discord. I'm pretty excited to see what I get here from the post from X. It's Felix Brooks. And he posted, I submitted a couple of shinies of the week for early episodes and never stopped listening, but I said to myself I'd only submit one again when I got my next Shando. My last one was in April 2023, and now the drought is over. I hope I read that right, as I am not a English speaker, I see a Shando Scatterbug.
That's a nice one.
Modern is like the region where it comes from. And that is beautiful. Like for myself, I had to click at over 500 Scatterbug to get my first shiny.
Really?
Which took so long. And seeing that Shando is just amazing. I really want to know if you are going to evolve it or not.
Yeah.
Let us know.
That's
Really
look amazing
beautiful.
as a Vivian, yeah.
It's amazing.
Yeah, still haven't got a shiny Scatterbug yet, so well done.
Yeah.
Oh, hello.
You do need to open gifts to get a Scatterbug, Mark.
Mark, open my gifts.
Or at least just pin postcards if you don't open it.
I've been gift opening, you cheeky monkey.
So let's continue to the post from Blue Sky. We got an odd-looking Camerupt from Highly Scatological. That's quite an hard name for me to spell, but I think I got that.
I thought it, man, Honey, when I sent it you.
I'm looking at it, and yeah, this seems like... Wait, is it really a Camerupt? Yeah, we got this odd-looking Camerupt during the Mega Raid Day today. Shiny of the week. It's a Paris? No. It cannot be. It cannot be. It really looks like a really nice Camerupt, and I'm really excited for seeing the Mega Evolution on this one. So congrats to the shiny.
Fantastic.
I like that.
So going to the last shiny of the week from the Patreon Discord, we got... Wait, is that an actual Camerupt? It is from Melly, and this is the Camerupt Shando. I got the ultimate prize from the raid day, and it really is. It is like... It just looks beautiful. I love the shiny on this one. I would have loved to see the Mega Evolution of it with the Shando.
Yeah.
But this is just amazing. Congrats to this nice Shando. And maybe you will prefer that over your Proto Groudon. but I like it. I like it. So congrats to the shiny. It does look amazing.
It's like Catherine Moore going off there.
It's an Aussie camel, that one.
All right, yeah.
Fantastic, Cash.
Nice. So these were all shinies of the week.
Fantastic. And keep them coming. We love seeing your shinies of the week. And who knows, maybe we'll call yours out next week.
Or maybe not. It depends how good it is, really, I guess. But no, I'm joking. Yeah, please send them in. Please send them in. Well, there we go. And Hanny, before we close it up properly, we'll give you a couple of moments just to say bye to our listeners and share your socials with them so people can find you as well. That'd be quite nice if you haven't done so already. So we'll do that in a little bit.
All right.
Hidden.
Where you can find him.
You can find him, but we can find him. The show is done. 243. 243. We really hope you've enjoyed the podcast. It's been lovely having our guest on, HanniMew, tonight, last night, a week down the line, a year down the line. Whenever you're listening to it, I was listening to the podcast and they had the same quandary. What do you say? Is it tonight, this morning?
On this episode.
On this episode, maybe. But it's nice having a guest
this
on.
Week.
We hope you enjoyed the podcast this week. I like that, Ian. That's how it works. But no, it's been lovely having a guest on, HanniMew. Thank you for joining us. And if you haven't already followed us on any of the platforms you can get the podcast on, please do it. It doesn't cost you anything and it makes it easier for you to get our next episode. We also encourage reviews. Don't get me wrong, Spotify is lovely at 4.9 star rating out of 5. We'll take that. And Party, that's a bit of a 90s reference there, Ian. Thought you'd like that. They're touring next year, so they can still take that. But I digress. Please write some reviews. I believe Apple is the platform to do that. You can do it on our social media platforms as well. And give us what you feel we're worth. Obviously, we want a 5-star review, but tell us what you think. We will read them out.
If we can find them.
If we can find them, that's a good point. To be fair, they're probably there, aren't they? We just haven't found them. They're probably there. We are active also on social media, predominantly on X, Instagram, at Incense Podcast. Go give us a follow. We are on others like Blue Sky as well.
One thing I would say, Mark, is we are active on social media, but nowhere near as active as Hanny is.
No. We need to learn from Hanny.
All aspire.
We need to be better, boys. We need to be better. Please also follow us on YouTube. We really need to get to 1,000 subscribers on YouTube. Brings back days when I started the channeling. Flipping up, put back memories that didn't it then? Help us get to 1,000 subscribers. We're putting on shorts now every week, just giving you other reasons to go and check the channel out. We are so close to that figure, so please do that. We've also talked about at the beginning of the show, hashtag Shinies of the Week. If you want to be featured in the Shinies of the Week section, using that world famous hashtag, put on any of our social media platforms, and you have a chance of being featured. But before we wrap this up properly, as I said before, HanniMew, let our listeners know where they can find you. Share your socials.
First of all, thank you so much for letting me be a part of this episode today. It was such a pleasure. And you can find my content wherever on social media you are. On Instagram, I do more like everything around Pokemon. On YouTube, really focusing on that Pokemon GO grind. And on Twitch, I really run around outside live streaming with Pokemon Go, and the best option for the English viewers to connect, because I do talk a lot of English in these live streams as well, because we have like international audience. So you can just join in, tell me, hey, I heard this episode. I would be really happy to hear that. So yeah, just join into the live streams or check out the videos on YouTube. And thank you for letting me be a part of this today. It was so much fun.
You're welcome. Are you HanniMew on all socials?
Everywhere, yes.
Everywhere, yeah.
Everywhere.
Go and find him.
Actually, my ex ad is a bit different. It's Hannes mein Name. Is my Pokemon Go username, because HanniMew was already taken and I cannot get it back.
How dare they?
Yeah, but if you search HanniMew, you will find me as well.
And if you have HanniMew on X, let the guy have it, please. Come
Have a
on,
word
do the
with
right
yourself.
thing.
Some person in Arabia, I hope he will hear this podcast. And
This is where Ian goes, we've actually got a strong listening in Arabia.
Yeah, we do have listeners in Saudi Arabia. We do. We
Next
have-
week's WhatsApp message.
Yeah.
I'd love that. That'd be brilliant.
That'd be
If
really
you've got the
good.
handle, yeah, get in touch. We'll hook you with Hanny. But we're not quite done there. We've got a few thank yous to say, and we want to thank you, the listener, for tuning in, listening to us. And if you're here because of Hanny, welcome. We love having you here. Hope you stick around. But we also want to thank those of you who support the podcast financially through our Patreon. And we have 3 tiers: bronze and gold. So if you're a bronze member, we thank you so very much. You are the sort of the cornerstone of this podcast. You give us a really strong foundation to build on. But we also like to thank our members by name, and you are KLXVI, Del Hazard, Spindiana, Laurie Beck, Steve in Norway, CC is Mad, McFloof, Saul Haberfield, Lizzie George, Sander van der Disa, Neonet, who was in Spain with you, Milo, actually, I believe.
Valencia.
Yeah, Ellen Rushton, James Alexander, Northern South, Tom Cattle, Charlie Todd, Robert Wilson, Miss Summer of 69, Malcolm Grinter, Geordie Castell, The Hot Weasel, Shiny Ike, Mom, Tony of Pride, and Jono. Thank you so very much for being on our tier. But we cannot forget our
Gold member.
and you are JB, Kerry and Zachary, Barside 2, Mandy Croft, Mr. Mossam, Mufti, Dean DHL, Master Laxus 42, and Damon Mac 08. Thank you so very much for being on our
Gold
tier. And we have one more thank you, or 2 more thank yous, actually, to go. We need to thank our admin team, Sue and Francesco, for everything that they do for the Incense podcast. And the final thank you, HanniMew, thank you for joining us for episode 243 of the Incense
Thank you,
podcast.
mate.
Boys, can you believe we're nearly at 250 episodes?
Yes.
I was like, it's been 84 years.
It's been a long time. But there is one final question. Hanny, if you enjoyed this tonight, would you come back on for a follow episode in the future?
yes, I would love to. This was so much fun. let's do it again anytime.
It's been an enormous
Verbal
pleasure.
contract, Ian. Get
Definitely
that
take you up on that
verbal
verbal
contract in
contract.
there.
We will definitely take you up on that verbal
Clip
contract.
Clip. Yeah, absolutely.
But before we wrap up, people, I have some good news.
What?
We've got Max Monday, surprise, surprise, on October the 6th. And boys, if you're a gardener, you may hate this one, but it's Drillbar. Go and whack a mole, why don't you?
Oh, do you remember those whack-a-mole games?
Well, guys, please don't do that. I'll have I can't. What's the guy's name here that goes mental with badgers? What's he? Chris Packham. Don't do that. Chris Packham will come around your house and tear shit down. But I've got some better news.
What?
A few of these might cause a problem in the garden as well. Yeah, Spotlight Hour on Tuesday the 7th of October is Pharaoh Seed.
Oh.
You're better off evolving.
Yeah. We're 2 times Evolution XP. Very good, Milo. Very good.
Oh Leute, ich habe eine wirklich gute Neuigkeit für euch.
Was?
There will be a raid hour on Wednesday the 8th of October and it is Deoxys.
Oh.
Ooh.
Not happy with that one?
Who is Hanny? Who is?
I like it.
Oh, Hanny!
And on more that somewhat deflating news, we'll be back next week with episode 244.